oil is important. Energy resources has always been important for the development of different industries. In the beginning of the 20th century, oil emerged as a new and revolutionary source of energy. It provided to generate power in much bigger amount, using less source. Moreover, new technologies of extraction helped to obtain a lot of oil. However, the problem of extraction wasn't only in the technologies, but also in the place where to extract, as the oil fields lie not in every point of Earth, and there are only several particular regions suitable for extraction. The beginning of oil war in 1970s. In 1973, the oil crisis occurred. Members of Arab exporting countries imposed an embargo on countries which supported Israel, USA, UK, and Netherlands. It led to a huge increase of prices on petroleum in Europe and USA, which unleashed their dependency on oil and oil products. From this time, policy of energy security has been one of the main topics for the European and US governments. The core idea of this policy is to save or produce enough amount of energy to be independent from external suppliers. Oil in the 21st century. In the beginning of the 21st century, oil storages of West countries, USA and Europe, began to decrease. To enlarge supply of US oil to Europe, US intelligence agencies started to seek for a new place of extraction. This process was called shale revolution, as shales were discovered as a new storage. Hence, the approximate quantity of US gas storage increased from 10% to 17%, which allowed to complete the Russian supply of gas on the European market. Iraq intervention. In 2003, US Army invaded Iraq and overthrew Saddam Hussein's regime. The excuse for invasion was the fact that Iraq was developing weapons of mass destruction, which could be a threat to the safety of world community. However, there are different views on this topic. One of the most popular is that USA wanted to obtain Iraq's oil fields, which counted as a third of the world by the amount. Libya intervention. In 2011, in Libya occurred civil war. To defend people, Security Council approved military operation on the territory of Libya, in which the major role played NATO members. The real goal, which countries followed, is also controversial, because Libya has a huge amounts of oil, which could be extracted and brought to the European countries or USA.
Now let's talk about the maritime routes, which are considerable and very important for the sustainability of the oil industry. The most important strait is the Suez Channel, which goes through the territory of Egypt. It is the main strait and the road through which the vast majority of all oil supplies from the Middle East are going to the Europe. The second very important strait is Strait of Malacca, which is located in the Southeast Asia. This strait is very important for the Chinese industry, as all Chinese goods which are exported through this channel and all oil products are imported by the China through this channel also. Now let's talk about the Ukrainian crisis. Firstly, it occurred in 2004 when Gazprom, the Russian gas company, accused Ukrainian government of corruption. Gazprom stated that Ukrainian government corrupt some part of the tariffs which Gazprom paid to the government as the for the transition of Russian gas through the territory of Ukraine. And in 2005, Gazprom froze the delivery of Russian gas to the Ukraine at all, which left some cities without gas. This is the similar situation was in 2007. After the Ukrainian crisis, Russian state started to develop its own gas and oil infrastructure, which could help to overcome the Ukrainian territory. And in the future, this will help, this infrastructure should help to overcome also the payment of the tariffs, which are served as the additional costs for the Gazprom. The biggest project of Russia in this sphere was Nord Stream 2, the pipeline which goes from the Finland Gulf to the territory of Germany through the Baltic Sea. Nord Stream 2, it is a parallel pipeline to the Nord Stream 1, which was built in the beginning of the 2000s. And also, Gazprom developed the project Turkish Strait, also the pipeline, but this pipeline goes through the Black Sea, through the economic zone of Russia. And in Belarus, Russia had also one pipeline, but Gazprom bought this pipeline, so now Gazprom does not suffer any additional costs for the transition of its gas to the Europe. In the end, let's talk about the rivalry of Russia and USA for the domination in the oil industry. Nowadays, Russia serves as the biggest exporter of the gas in the world, and Russian geographical location is very convenient and creates convenient conditions for the transition of its own gas and oil to the Europe. And Russia has also all important infrastructure for the transition of the gas and oil. While the USA is located on another continent, which hinders the delivery of oil and gas to the European market. And while USA tries to rival Russia not by the increase of oil and gas supplies to the European market, but by the impose of the green policy on the European politics. So the USA tries to shift European energy from the oil and gas to the green technologies such as solar energy, wind energy, and water energy. This way, USA tries to diminish European needs in the Russian energy resources and to undermine Russian sustainability in its oil industry. To conclude, we can say that nowadays oil became not only the source of energy, but also a political weapon by which countries can control each other by enlarging or diminishing the supplies of gas and oil or other resources, mainly oil, of course. States which have considerable storages of oil and gas have a huge weight and impact on the world arena, and serve as the states which can control all of the world.